rest of us crawl under our bed, pull the covers over our head, and cry in our soup. But when you see somebody stand tall and basically look what they can do to help other people, those people are special. Eric was one of those people. And Eric is very important to this organization getting it to where it is today. So we are so grateful, and we want to honor that. And there were a few things that we put in because he was the kind of person that would help other people. Ann will tell you, not necessarily let other people know, not like, we run a disaster nonprofit, and we don't do that like if you feed a homeless person, you don't tell anybody. If I help an old lady cross the street, I'm stopping and taking a selfie. Okay, and it's not for self-promotion, it's to say, look what we're doing, you can do this too. It's to empower other people and to normalize service. But Eric kind of did that little secret behind the scenes thing, and he made such an impact on all of us. So we are so grateful. I got to talk to his dad on the way in on Monday and tell him thank you for raising such a wonderful son. Thank you for letting us have him for the time that we had him, and for what the impact, because you make an impact here at the APA, you're helping thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, right? It ripples out. So we have an award that we've created. It looks a little dangerous, but I made it. Heather created it like everything else. And Ann's going to talk a little bit, but I mean the award, hold it high, but don't poke anybody's eye out. And it's for the person who does that, who quietly behind the scenes reaches out and helps others, regardless of what kind of personal crisis they themselves, who can think beyond themselves and help others. And that's, we have a whole bunch of people like this. One of the reasons we try to point out people like Miranda and John Wood, because a lot of people, you have no idea. You want to hear a cool story, talk to Jackie and TJ about taking their kids to Mexico to do service work in like one of the most dangerous areas of Mexico. When you start to pull this information out of people, you start to learn some of the stuff that they've done, some of the nonprofits that Morgan Walker is involved in. I know a whole bunch of you do stuff. So it's kind of hard. How do we pick a winner of somebody who does service work and keeps it quiet and doesn't really tell anybody? So it's like the secret, but
We wanted the award to be something that was unique, kind of like Eric. I know he loved his tie-dyes and fish and the dead, so.
And bowling and darts. He taught me how to play darts in the basement of the Claims Cabana in Nashville during the tornadoes. So with that, I'm going to give you, Ann is an attorney, and you're actually a criminal defense attorney, correct? So you ever get in trouble? Yeah. Good girl to know. And with that, Ann Hepler is going to talk to you.
I don't know how to follow that up, because that was about 50% of what I was going to say, so thanks, Doug. I just saw this award actually for the first time, and it made me tear up. It's perfect. My brother was my best friend, and older than I am, but he was forever and always a leader. Even when we were kids, I wanted to be like him, and I wanted to do what he did. And in our adult years, I realized it wasn't just me who felt that way. It was a lot of people who felt that way. When Eric did things, he got people really excited about them, and people wanted to do the things that he did, and they wanted to, be a part of something. He loved this organization. I remember when he first told me about it, and I've always been a very activist person, let's just put it that way. And my brother never really found a cause. He hated homelessness, he hated this, and that's great. But he never found something that really captured everything about him and really pulled him into it until he found the APA. And he loved the mission and he loved what this was all about. And I just, I'm so happy that I wish I could think of more words. I'm trying not to cry. So Eric was gone in 38 days from diagnosis until he died. And in 38 days, he went from here to gone. And I think 38 days is enough time to make an impact and enough time to do something. Your entire world can be changed and shaken in 38 days or less. And a lot of what's done here is for people whose worlds have been shaken and ruined in 38 days or less. So I am just thrilled that this is being given, and thank you all very much. You all, if you knew him, I promise you meant so much to him. And
Suck it up, Buttercup.
I know, I'm doing my best. I promise I'm a lawyer and this doesn't happen during trial. I promise. I miss him so much. And he had a lot left to do. And so I think that the rest of you, thank you so much. I think that the rest of you will help continue that. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and I know you do.
So the winner of the first ever.
What did you say they had to be?
Let's see.
There are rules here.
I know, and I'm trying to think my exact words.
She was very stringent.
I was. I was. Well, someone who had been involved for a while. Someone, specifically I remember saying someone who stood up and was a champion for a cause or a reason that needed one. Because Eric was always my advocate and my champion. And whoever gets this award, should be that, and willing to not only just stand up and do it, but do it because it just needs to be done, and not because they were gonna get something, the Eric Hepler Award for it. Did I nail that? I don't know.
You did pretty good. So this is for someone who embodies the characteristics, right, that Eric was known for: leadership, endurance, courage, and compassion. Someone who went out of his or her way or comfort zone to take on any issue that needed a champion, and continues involvement in the APA at more than a surface level. And this year's recipient of the Hepler Award is Heath Hicks.
So I'm not going to go into too much detail about Heath because he's that quiet guy that does it behind the scenes, and he probably won't tell you. If you pull him aside, we've known him for years, and you pick up drips and drabs. I know his company gives away 6 figures everywhere around Christmas time to people who are in need. I know Heath lived in the Philippines doing service for 10 years. And I know he's gone through personal crisis, and he's not the guy that's like, sorry, don't bother me, I'm going through something. He still steps up for people. So and I will challenge all of you to try to pull Heath's story out. And I will tell you, he deserves this award just as much as anybody that you can imagine. He also has this smart-assedness all the way across the board. So with that, I will give you our 2022 Eric Hepler Award winner, Heath Hicks.
Thank you. Thanks, Doug and Heather. Thanks, Ann. Appreciate it. I loved Eric a lot, so it's a big honor for me. He was a great guy. shared a lot of special moments with that guy. He was similar to me in that, like, just completely open, wide open, genuine all the time. Tell you the real truth about whatever we're talking about. Tell you the funniest or most embarrassing or the scariest stories, the most entertaining you could find. Love that guy. So, for me, I guess if I'm ever going to get a chance to speak to people, I'd like to leave you with, something that you could do. And so, I have a challenge for you. If I tell you the most documented, proven way to make your life better, the number one way to improve your quality of life, backed by science and research for 50 years, would you do it?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you would do it. The number one way to improve your quality of life is to volunteer. They've done that study across generations, across cultures, across countries, across languages. The number one way to improve your quality of life is to give to other people. And so there's a lot of successful people in this room. You guys do a lot. You get really caught up in your mission in life that you feel like is your business or your family. And I understand that. We're all very driven people. But your mission in life is really to improve the quality of life of other people. And so I challenge you to find a way to give time, to give love, to give energy to the people around you that are less fortunate. They can be connected to you, you may know them, you may not know them. It may be a homeless shelter, it may be foster kids, it may be, who knows? I don't know, it could be veterans with PTSD, it doesn't matter. What does matter though is that you're giving of yourself, of your life, of your energy, of your love, and that's the only way you're ever going to get more of that is to give it away. And so I challenge you in the spirit of this award to find a way to give of yourself to people who don't have anything, that you won't get a return from, that maybe sometimes don't even say thank you, but can benefit from what you have to share. So thanks for this. Thank you guys. Honored to be here. Thank you.